Have you noticed something weird? 2 years ago, everybody wanted to become a data scientist. Then everybody want to become a prompt engineer. And now suddenly every second LinkedIn post is talking about AI engineering. Naturally, a lot of QA engineers are also asking the same question. Bhai, can I switch into AI engineering? And honestly, it's a valid question. Because if you have been working in QA for let's say 2 years, 3 years, or even 5 years, you probably seeing the same thing as I am. The work is becoming more automated. Companies are expecting more, and the salary growth isn't always keeping pace with the expectations. So, the obvious thought is, should I move into AI? But before you spend 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or even 3 lakh on these AI boot camps, or before starting any random 200 hours of YouTube playlist, watch this video first. Because after analyzing dozens of AI engineering job descriptions, talking to people who actually made this switch, including me, and reviewing resumes of candidates trying to break into AI, I realized something. QA engineers are actually much closer to AI engineering than they think. But there is one mistake almost everybody makes. And if you make that mistake, you could spend the next 6 months learning things recruiter do not even care about. So let me show you the roadmap I would personally follow if I were a QA engineer and trying to become a AI engineer in 2026. Let's start with the biggest misconception. Most QA engineers think AI engineering starts with AI. It doesn't. That's like trying to become a Formula One driver before learning how to drive a car. I see people jumping straight into LangChain, RAG, vector databases, prompt engineering, AI agents, MCPs, every new buzzword that appear on LinkedIn. And 6 months later, they are still unable to build a simple application from scratch. That's the problem. Because recruiters do not hire buzzwords. They hire people who can solve problems. When I look at the actual AI engineering job descriptions, one thing kept coming again and again. Python, Python, and more Python. No prompt engineering, no AI enthusiast, no ChatGPT expert. It's Python. So, if you are serious about this transition, your first goal is not learning AI. Your first goal is to becoming comfortable with Python. And I don't mean watching tutorials. I mean actually building things. Here is exactly what I did have done. I did spend first few weeks learning Python fundamentals. Things like variables, functions, loops, lists, dictionaries, file handling, and API calls. That's it. Not because these topics are exciting, but because they are the foundation of everything you will do later. And here is the good news. As a QA engineer, you already ahead of many beginners. You already understand how to debug, you understand how a software behaves, you already understand how to investigate failures. So those skills are essential. Think about it. A lot of AI engineers is figuring out why something isn't working, why a model is not producing good outputs, why a particular API calls failed, why a chatbot is giving us a weird answer. That's not very different from debugging software issues. You are already training that muscle every day. The only thing which is missing is the technical stack. Now, here is what most people get stuck at. They become certificate collectors. One AI course, then another AI course, then another. And suddenly they have spent 8 months just on studying. But they haven't built a single thing. Let me save you some pain. Recruiters rarely get excited because you completed 10 different courses. What get attention is the proof. Can you build something? Can you solve a business problem? Can you show your work? That's what matters. Because when hiring manager sees two candidates, one with 10 different certificates, another with 3 solid projects, guess who gets more interview calls? Usually the person with the projects every single time. What projects should you build? Do not overcomplicate it. Your first project could be something simple as a resume analyzer. Upload a resume, get AI feedback. You can use this project later to analyze your resume for a particular job role. This is a simple project, so do try to implement this. Your second project could be a PDF question answering assistant. Upload a PDF, ask questions, get answer. Your third project can be something like a customer support chatbot. So this project is really powerful, especially for a QA, because it feels close to real world business case. Your fourth project could be a interview preparation assistant. Again, a practical and useful and very easy to explain during an interview. Did you notice something? None of these projects required a PhD. None of these required advanced mathematics. And none of these required 6 months of hard work. The goal is not innovation. The goal is evidence. You want recruiter to look at your GitHub profile and say, okay, this person can actually build things. Now, before we wrap up, let's do a reality check, because I do not want this video to become another AI is easy video. The market is competitive. A lot of people are trying to enter into AI right now, and many of them are following exactly the same roadmap. So, how do you stand out? By actually building, not consuming, building. Most people watch, very few people can create. Most people save tutorials, very few people finish projects. Most people learn, very few people apply. That's the gap. And that's where opportunities exist. So, if I were a QA engineer starting today, I did do 4 things: learn Python, understand AI fundamentals, build project, use my QA experience as leverage. That's all. No complicated roadmaps, no magical certification, no boot camps, just consistent execution. And now I am curious as well to know how many years of QA experience do you have? And what is the biggest thing which is stopping you from switching to AI engineering right now? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And who knows, your question might become the next video. I'll see you in the next video.